what does a student or a candidate goes through once he's actually made it to the final round? What is the process like, or what is the selection criteria like?
The selection criteria has already been actually discussed about. The idea is what happens to you after you become a civil servant. Now, the career of an IAS or an IPS or an IRS, they're actually one of the most celebrated careers. Now, I will tell you very interesting thing about an all India service. Now, IAS and IPS, that is Indian Police Services, are actually all India services. The rest of the services that we talk about are the central services. So, if someone becomes an IRS or maybe an IFS or Indian Audit and Account Service, so something like that, or Indian Railway Personal Services, he or she is a central services employee. All India Services gives a lot of responsibility and power to the people who are actually managing these responsibilities. And the third service, which is also called as an All India Services, is Indian Forest Services, for which the examination is conducted separately. So, if I talk about IAS and IPS, the life changes considerably. They go to their allocated states where they perform their duties, and before going to the state, there is a long and elaborate process of training. Now, a big part of their training is conducted in Bahadur Shastri Academy of National Administration, that is LBSNAA, which is there in Mussoorie. It is a very, very, very nice facility where all the civil servants are actually doing the training part, and a good amount of training is there. The foundation course training, which is conducted there, is then followed by specialized centers of training. For example, if I talk about Indian Police Services, the specialized training of center will be there in Hyderabad. Or if I can talk about, say, Indian Information Services, the specialized training is with Indian Institute of Mass Communication in Delhi. Similarly, for IRS, they will be going to Nagpur, some audit account people will be going to Shimla. So all across India, we will find different specialized training centers, and these trainings may last for as long as 3 years. So that for the training, they go all across India, and they even also go to foreign countries for training purposes. Now, if I talk about, say, an IAS officer, once a state is allocated to the IAS officer, he will be joining into different kind of services like block development officer, like an SDM, like an ADM, and he will be understanding the work done in different aspects. Once he is through it, there will be an examination which will be a completion of the training period, and that examination is conducted again by Bahadur Shastri Academy of National Administration. After this, you go for a regular full-time attachment to the state. So this is how a normal IAS officer life is, and similarly the life of an IAPS officer. And for other central government employees, the system is more or less the same. But for an IAS and IPS, they start reporting to the state governments.